Okay, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is work. Who wants to come in that? Darren.
Hey, I used to have a job. Well, like a normal job. I used to work as a bouncer. And when I worked as a bouncer, you get a lot of insults. No one ever tells you about the insults that you get. I'll tell you the worst insult I ever got, right? It was from a student, little shit. Nah, keep raising those fees, right? This student, right, he was causing trouble. I chucked him out. He just looked at me and he went, yeah, you're a bouncer. Is that what you always wanted to be? There was no moment I realised I wanted to be a bouncer. It's not like I was in school as a kid and my teacher sent me out the class for talking and I stood next to the door and I was like, actually, I'm pretty good at this. I never worked nice places, right? I worked this one place in South London, really rough, right? On my first day, they put me on search, and I was searching people, patting people down as you do. This guy walks in, he has a bit of an attitude, right? In his pocket, he has one of those, like, utility things with different parts. And as I'm searching him, I've said, oh, you've probably forgotten this, but you can't take that in because it's got a little blade on it. And he looked at me and he went, yeah, but it's also got a comb and a nail file. Like, yeah, but I'm not scared you're going to go in and open a salon, right? Not the worry here, mate. And he goes, all right, what about this? And he reaches down, and I swear to God, he pulls out a 9-inch blade. Like, the blade was so big, I could see my own terrified reflection. I'm dealing with this guy for about an hour outside the club. He gets so angry. He said probably the scariest but most beautifulest thing I've ever heard anybody say ever. With complete anger on his face, looking at me, he just goes, I gave you the knife because I want to dance.
Thank you, Dan. That leaves us with Angela. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And it's relationships.
Ooh. Hello. I am in a relationship, ladies and gentlemen. I've been with my fella for 4 years, which is frankly a miracle, because I was single for a really long time before I met, like an embarrassingly long time. You know, I thought it was terminal. Some people find it very easy to get into relationships. They bounce from one to the next, no bother at all. I didn't find it that easy. Did you know even Oscar Pistorius managed to get himself a girlfriend when he was under house arrest? That's not fair, is it? She must have been shitting herself. Largely because it was safer than using the bathroom. I love that moment while you decide whether that's all right or not. I met my fella online and I loved internet dating. Here's my little trick, right? If you're going to do it, what you do is you treat it like a game, like a hobby. Like I kept a spreadsheet of all my results. You know, no, because you meet some glorious losers along the way. I went on 2 dates. This one guy, I thought he could have been the one. Could have been, so much so that I invited him round to my house for dinner and he came round and we went to bed together because it's the 21st century and I'm a slag. And what I like, right? And we were about to get down to it and he said something to me no one's ever said to me before. He said, Angela, I'd really like it if you'd let me cover you in toothpaste. But now you lot don't look shocked by that. Is that a thing? Toothpaste, as if for start, it's got a certain deep heat quality to it. You're going to cover me in a toiletry, at least make it imac and save me a job later. He'd even brought his own toothpaste with him. Yeah, and it wasn't the cheap stuff either. It was Oral-B. Which, incidentally, is also what I graded him on my spreadsheet.
Thank you very much. Points there for Angela from Oba. The first subject is relationships. Who wants to come in that? Reese.
It's a pretty exciting time for me at the moment. My girlfriend is currently planning the wedding. Sorry, not girlfriend anymore, is it? I keep doing that. It's not girlfriend. She gets so annoyed. My ex-girlfriend is planning her wedding. It's very hurtful for me to watch, but one of those things. Anyway, got a new girlfriend now, because that's how comedy works. Got a new one, and she's all right, my girlfriend. She's pretty good. She's not perfect. She's got her quirks and her tics, like she pronounces it espresso instead of expression. She's weird. And relationships are about compromise, though, aren't they? We all know that. Like, she doesn't want to watch football, and I don't want to die alone, so we don't watch football. That's the yin and the yang. You give and you take. We're trying to keep it fresh, trying to keep it exciting, me and my girlfriend, you know, trying to keep it, you know, lively, try new things all the time. Like, she keeps talking about how she wants to have sex outside of the relationship. I don't know. Constant surprises, me and my girlfriend. She bought me a gift the other day that I went round to the flat. There was this gift. It was a word of the day calendar. Don't know if you've seen these. Pretty cool. Different word every day of the year. That is more than 100 words. Pretty cool. Favourite word for me so far from the calendar? Exponentially. Ah, what a word. Exponentially. Use it all the time now. In fact, I'd say, ever since learning the word exponentially, my use of the word exponentially has increased loads. I use it all the time. Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. That leaves us with Milton. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. The topic is transport.
So I got here by train. For the whole journey, there was a child opposite screaming. I could even hear him through my wolf mask. But it was a quiet carriage and people were getting annoyed, so in the end, we both stopped howling. When a stewardess got on the train, she looked at me and said, "Do you mind if I do my makeup on the train?" I said, "Well, it's still going to look like a train, isn't it?" She put her hand out and said, "I'm Amber." I said, "Yes, I think you've overdone the makeup." Anyway, one thing led to another, and, well, I'm going to skip a bit now. I was sitting in traffic the other day, and I got run over.
Thank you very much, Milton. Points again at the Milton Show. So long back. The first subject is travel. Who wants to go in on that? Ari.
I do a lot of travel. I actually do a lot of flying. I had to fly over here because I live on an island. I flew with Icelandair, and I used to work for Icelandair as a flight attendant. It's actually quite common to only have, like, men serving the food and only women flying the planes. And this is the 21st century, after all. But a lot of the passengers are, like, elderly men from the 20th century. And it was so much fun to be on those flights with the trolley, because you get to see the elderly male passenger reaction to two men with food, which was usually like... Look, Gunnar, the captain himself is bringing coffee for us. Hang on, who is flying the plane? And then a woman would do the announcement, politely, professionally, like, ding. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sigríður Einarsdóttir. I'm your captain today. We'll be flying to London Heathrow in approximately 3... And these old men would be like, it's a woman, it's a woman, it's a woman, it's a woman. It was like a musical number starting, it's a woman, it's a woman, it's a woman. How could this happen? And they would, like, ask, like, excuse me, is it really a woman flying the plane? And it annoyed me so much that I always said, yes. And she's having her period. You have a problem with that, old man? And they would ask, like, is that allowed? Of course it's allowed. What's wrong with you? It's ridiculous. In fact, I trust a woman way better to fly a plane than a man. They seem to take it more seriously. I can understand everything they say during the announcement. I never understand the male pilots at Icelandair. They all sound the same. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain Coming to in the first, but my spirit's a little bit of a deal because hope you enjoy the service. And when it's finally over, people are like, what? What did he say? Like, it must be awful if you're afraid of flying. But if you are afraid of flying, you should never fly with our other airline in Iceland, because it's called WOW! That is not a very reassuring name for an airline. Wow, it's like they don't even know how they got up there in the first place. Wow! How did we do that? An airline called WOW, that's like having a bank that's called FUCK! Put your money here!
Okay, that leaves us with Tom. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is marriage.
Okay. Yes, well, since it's Pride Month, I will also talk about being gay, because it's all I've got. And, and no, in many ways, in this country, it's a great time to be gay, because we have things like gay marriage, or as I like to call it, garage. Garage is designed to bring equality so that gay people can finally be as miserable as straight people. It comes up against a lot of opposition, and you see it now. Like recently in Australia, they had it where it comes up against opposition from a lot of religious groups and clubs, the Catholic Church. And you can understand why. I'm sure a lot of us will remember the Bible stories from school. Do you remember the one where Jesus stood on the mount, didn't he? And he said, "Verily I say to thee, love thy neighbour as thy love thyself. Look after the poor, heal the sick, feed the hungry. Don't start fights or wars. Just look after each other, love each other, and you'll all be fine." But I cannot stand them damn queers. I think it's disgusting what they do to each other. I mean, why have they got to be so up in your face about it all the time? I mean, who's the wife? It's a very famous parable.
Thank you very much, Tom. Points that go to Tamara. Everybody come back. The first subject is journalism. Who wants to come in that? Glenn.
I always wanted to be a journalist, even when I was a kid, even when I was on my gap year, backpacking around Surrey. I remember the day I told my family I wanted to be a newsreader. I was at my nan's leaving drinks, which sounds a lot nicer than wake, doesn't it? And, I felt bad because I never really got to know her, and I never really got to know my granddad because he died decades before I was born after a difficult 6-year battle with Germany. I remember my grandmother told me just before she died, she said, "Glenn, it doesn't matter what you achieve in life. It doesn't matter what you achieve. As long as by the end of your life you're happy and you can afford your own bed, that's all you need." That's the last thing she told me on her death chair. I used to love being a newsreader. Before that, I was a roving reporter, and it was great fun. I got to travel the world, got to learn new languages. Before that, I couldn't really speak any other languages. I could speak some French. I could say, like, "Hi, my name is Glenn. I would like 2 baguettes, please," but apparently that's still English. Once I even got to be a red carpet reporter. I got to stand on the red carpet for the National Voiceover Awards. It was amazing. I got to interview the guy that had just won the award for best work in disguising a victim's voice on Crime Watch. And I remember saying to him, "You must be so delighted for your award." And he said, "Well, there's just so many people I'd like to thank."
Thank you very much, Glenn. Very good. That leaves us with Milton. Let's see what your topic is. And the topic is history.
Some things in history are good, some things are bad, some things are good, and then they get bad. Like my great-great-great-uncle was bored in the trenches during the war, so he invented the high-vis jacket. That was the last thing he did. People don't really understand evolution, do they? I was talking to an Australian the other day, and he thought that he came from Darwin. Recently, I wrote a book called All the Things I've Ever Done in My Entire Life, and I don't want to spoil it, but in the end, I write a book. So what's got 2 eyes and smokes? Pompeii. Too soon? My grandfather, he can't do what he used to, you know, bomb the Japanese. And it turns out you can't actually keep an artifact that you find with a metal detector if it's already in the British Museum.
Thank you very much. After that round, the points go to Gabor. The first subject is religion. Who wants to go in that? Tess.
I'm religious, not very popular these days. It surprises me how much people don't know about my religion, Islam, given how much it's in the news. I've got a... We've nailed that. I've got a good friend called Jonathan. We've been friends for years. He doesn't know that much about me. A couple of months ago, me and Jonathan were in a nice restaurant, having a nice meal. Next to us a table, minding their own business. We're minding our own business. Everyone's having a wonderful time. Halfway through my meal, the balloon closest to me from the birthday table, it burst. And I just shouted out in my excitement, Jesus Christ. Jonathan lost his damn mind. Oh, Jesus Christ, is it? What happened to your Allah and Muhammad now, mate? I'm like, Jonathan, what have you won? He went, nah, mate, it's just you bang on about being Muslim, yeah? But in that moment when you were scared, when you were fearful for your safety, you didn't think of Allah, you didn't think of Muhammad, your mind went straight to our Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ. What does that shit say about you? Rubbish Muslim. All right, Jonathan, I can clearly see this is the best day of your life. 3 things. Thing number 1, you should be aware of this, but if you're not, for Muslims, Jesus, that's our vice captain. Secondly, me just invoking Jesus Christ is just me invoking a British cultural saying. If anything, it shows how well integrated I am. Thank you very much. And thirdly, most importantly, Jonathan, if at that moment there was a loud bang, I shouted in Arabic, you'd have shit yourself!
Thank you very much, Charles. Very good. OK, that leaves us with Tom. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is driving.
Oh. I have to drive because I run like that. Now, I don't want you guys to think I'm a failure just because I live at home with my mum and dad and I'm 35 years old. Because recently, one of the things I did is I finally passed my driving test. You would not clap if you'd seen me do it. I found the whole process very stressful, and I get quite nervous about it. And people aren't very much help when you feel nervous. Like I'd say, oh, I'm feeling nervous, and they go, oh, don't be nervous. Oh, thanks very much, I hadn't thought of it like that. Where I live, when you first pass your driving test, everyone has to go on this one rite of passage drive to an out-of-town shopping centre which goes by the name of Blue Water. And so I decided I wouldn't go on my own. I thought I'd take someone with me. I'll take my dad with me because I've got a good relationship with my dad, and I thought this would be a great way to end it. And, like, the last thing my dad taught me how to do was how to box. Yeah. When I was being picked on at school. Can you imagine? And he was just standing there going, it's all right, you just got to punch my hands. Just try punching my hands. I was cowering in the corner going, no, Dad, no, I can't do it. I can't deal with confrontation. It doesn't sound right in my accent. My dad was going, oh, I thought you'd be much better at this. I mean, you've already got the silk dressing gown on and everything. So we're sat there in the car, right, and there's already a tension, and we're going along, and we come to some traffic lights, and they're red. That means you have to stop. I've done the theory test as well. Anyway, the lights went from red to amber to green, and I went to drive off, and what happened is I stalled the engine. And my dad, bless him, he turned to me, and he said, concentrate! Which is such a calming thing to say.
Thank you very much, well done, both of you. And that round of applause go to Tezia. Well done. And the first subject is friends. Susie.
Yep. I'm sick of mine. That'll be the first thing. Oh, absolutely sick, and I'll tell you why. They've all started having babies. It started with Poppy. Poppy's my posh friend, you can tell, because her name's Poppy. And she rang me a little while ago and she said to me, Suze, I was wondering, do you want to come to Barney's first birthday party? And my first reaction was no. The main reason I didn't want to go to Poppy's kids' party was because of Poppy's mum, Camilla. Poshest lady I have ever met. She's one of those people, she's so posh that she doesn't move her face when she talks. You know, one of those, oh, hi, welcome to Hard, it's great to see you, how are you doing? Oh, my God, have you met Hugo? You certainly must meet Hugo. What's happened there is the weight of our own privilege is literally stopping her from using muscles. But she does this very odd thing. Whenever she introduces me to people, she moves her face a little bit. And it's because whenever she introduces, she always lets them know I'm gay. But when she does it, she puts on this very weird voice, very strained voice. She basically puts on the voice of a deaf person. So she would go, oh, hi, welcome to the party, it's great to see you, how are you doing? Oh, my God, who met Susie? You certainly must meet Susie. Susie doesn't have a husband, because she's a lesbian. You go... That is offensive to lesbians and to the deaf community. I mean, they won't hear, but speak up.
Thank you very much, Julia Hall. OK, that leaves it with Reese. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. OK, it's technology.
Nice and topical. Good stuff. I borrowed my dad's laptop recently, right? Don't do that, is my advice. One of the biggest regrets of my life. I needed to use one, mine broke, used his. I don't know why I did this. I clicked history. It was empty, and that's worse. Let me tell you, that is worse. My own father, private browsing, unbelievable. Okay? Everyone's so paranoid now. Everyone's so scared about being spied on and stuff. Like, there's all these smart TVs, all these articles about how they've got cameras in them. They're filming us just watch TV. I keep telling people that is not national security. That is shit Gogglebox, right? Gogglebox, right? Only good because of the edit, right? It's only good because of the edit. I learned that the hard way because my mum thought it would be fun to do homemade Gogglebox with my dad, right? She thought it would be fun if she put her phone down next to the TV and recorded her and my dad watching an episode of The Crown. But they forgot instantly. So they just made a 55-minute silent movie. A middle-aged couple who don't like each other anymore. It's like a Harold Pinter play. It's bleak as shit. To be fair, she speaks twice in the hour. He doesn't speak once. He doesn't even look at her. But she speaks twice, once 4 minutes in to go, can you turn it up a bit? And once 3 minutes later to go, Michael, it is still not loud enough. And that is it. That's the whole episode. We don't need to worry about them filming us and spying on us. We're giving them the information. It's data, isn't it? We're data. You know, but then we're still humans. That's why we're worried. But we just data. It's all on social media. We're giving it away. Facebook's the one to worry about. I don't even mean Cambridge Analytica. I mean before that. Do you remember a while ago, you'd go on Facebook and there'd be an advert for something you Googled a couple of days earlier, right? And we'd all be terrified. Like, what? How do they know? Then we figured out what cookies of the internet are and we chilled out. Now you go on Facebook and there's an advert for something you've thought. You never really expressed any interest in. You've not typed anywhere, just been thinking in the back of your mind, and then Facebook pops up 2 days later, like, oh, you're looking for some beans? You're like, what the hell, Mark? How'd you know that? And I know how. It's because they're listening to us, right? That's my theory. They're recording us. I did an experiment to prove this theory, where for a whole week, every time I was by my laptop, I would open up Facebook and I would say the phrase Domino's Pizza. For a whole week, 10 times a day, every single day, Domino's Pizza. And after a week, I went on Facebook, every single advert was for Imodium. They are listening.
Thank you very much, well done, both of you. Points there go to Susie. Come on back. And the first thing we do is exercise.
OK, well, I'm fairly new to the exercise game. I tried it once a few years ago. I got myself a personal trainer. I don't know if you've ever had one of those psychopaths in your life. I knew it wasn't going to work out when the first thing she said to me was, so, Angela, tell me, what is your current exercise regime? If I had one of those, I wouldn't need you, love, would I? Also, I don't like your use of the word regime. It makes it sound like my body's some sort of communist state. It isn't, it's just a state. Now, sort it out. But recently, I went to my first fitness class. My friend took me to a fitness class. I was very nervous going in, because I'm not a gym person, you know, and I thought it was going to be full of people, all pumped-up gym bunnies, and I'd look out of place, you know, and I walked in, and I was delighted to find it was full of other overweight, middle-aged women. And then 3 seconds later, I thought, well, it don't work then, does it? It's like going to AA and they're all pissed. But I did it and I loved it, right? And I love my fitness classes now. I do 2 or 3 a week. My favourite is one called Body Pump, which is brilliant. It's a weightlifting class, but it's also very good for the core, because you spend an hour trying to keep a fart in. No, recently, my boyfriend, he's an ultra-marathon runner, right? We're very different. And he said to me recently, he said, you should try running, right? When I stopped laughing, he said, no, honestly, there's this app you can download. It's called Couch to 5K. It says it takes someone like you who's never run before, and it shows you how you can run 5K in 9 weeks. I was like, you cheeky bastard, even I can run 5K in 9 weeks.
That leaves it with Reese. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is family.
There I am. Really close, my family. Really close. Growing up, my mum always used to say, if you masturbate too much, you go blind. It's a weird thing to say to a child, isn't it? That's what she used to say. If you masturbate too much, you go blind. And then 1 week ago, she asked me to drive her to get laser eye surgery. For perfect. The other thing she'd say was, oh, so if Dan jumped off a cliff, you'd do that as well, would you? I was like, yes, Mum, what don't you understand about a suicide pact? My grandma as well, way too sassy at the moment, way too sassy, my grandma. She keeps banging on about how much better it was in her day. Constantly, always. Went to the cinema recently, right? First time I've been to the cinema since Orange Wednesday's collapsed. Big day. I've been saving up for a long time. I thought, you know what? I'm going to treat my grandma. Because, like, she's got Meerkat movies, so still 2 for 1. And we went to see a film called Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you haven't, you must. Way to make a classic even more classic. Perfect film to see with your grandma. It combines popular things from different eras. You know, like, what's popular in 2018? Zombies. What was popular in 1918? Pride, sure. Prejudice, just a bit. So it's marrying together our favourite parts. She hated it, though. We left the cinema, she was whinging. She said, oh, it was so much better in my day. Everything was so much better in my day. And listen, we all know that's not true. Does no one else find that kind of rude? To brag to me about a time period I will never get to experience because I was not alive at the time. I don't go and visit her, sit her down, looking at her 84-year-old face and go, the future is going to be amazing. Robots bring us breakfast and racism dies out.
Thank you very much. Well done, both of you. Points go to Angela. The first subject is parties.
Hello. I get invited to parties. I get invited to hen parties quite a lot. I get invited as the token gay. I know. I never seem to get invited to the stag parties. I don't know why. Maybe people think I wouldn't be very good at zip wiring through North Wales. A little while ago, I got invited to a friend of mine's hen party, a friend of mine from school, and it was being organised by her chief bridesmaid, Emma. And Emma is, how would you describe her? Passive-aggressive? I knew I had to go to this hen party because suddenly I was added to a WhatsApp group. WhatsApp, what's up? I'll tell you what's up. I looked at my phone. I had 324 notifications from people I did not know. I'm in this group with the mother of the bride. We've all got to call her Mum, her sister, Auntie Wendy, and then they're all sending selfies to each other, except Auntie Wendy can't send a selfie, can she? She sends a video of her eyebrow. Twice. It's used up all my data, all my storage is gone. Then something pink covers the lens at the end of the video, which you assume is a finger, but you don't like to ask. Then I had to go to this hen cottage, right, this dream hen cottage, which was just outside Reading. I pulled up, I donned a penis headdress, put a pink sash on, got out of the car. Right, Emma was answering the door in a steadily escalating pitch of excitement. Oh, my God, hi, you look amazing, coming in. Oh, my God, hi, you look amazing, coming in. Oh, hi, Tom. Rude. Then I had to go and introduce myself to all the other hens, and if there is one thing worse than being invited to a hen party as the token gay, it's if they've invited another token gay. And who was it? This guy, Kevin, right? He's a dancer. He's got a hat on. He's a better gay than me. You can't compete with that. Then we've got to go off and do all these activities. We started the day with a guacamole making class. What the hell is a guacamole making class? You can't chop an avocado. It's basically just mush. Then we had to go to a tango lesson. I can't do it. I haven't got the hips for it. Kevin can. He's actually very talented. Then, right, we had to go on a gondola ride round Reading. I mean, it's hardly Venice, is it, when you're going past a Matalan? Auntie Wendy's going, oh, it's just like St Mark's Square, isn't it? Or is that Asda car park? Anyway, I wish I had been on a zip wire somewhere in Wales. Thank you.
OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is travel. There you go.
So I'm in Brazil, and I bought some fruit off some of the indigenous people, and they turned round and said, people who bought fruit on Amazon also bought these sausages. I don't know if you've ever fallen asleep while eating a plate of broccoli and woken up and thought you were in a forest. What's worse than that, though, is falling asleep in a forest and waking up and trying to finish the broccoli. The Paris Metro. That's the weirdest Tesco I've been in. Easter Island, that's a difficult place to find, but it's in a different place every year. The weirdest thing I ever saw, though, I was in Reading and I saw this hen party. Thanks, that doesn't normally work.
Yes, here we go. Oh, very good. Points there for Tom Allen at the end. On to back. The first subject is courage. Who's giving that? Ed Gamble.
There it is, the traditional representation of courage. I got called a pussy the other day. You're all just going to sit there and go, yeah. But no, right, I agree with the sentiment, I don't agree with the choice of word. I think that is a wrong choice of word to use, because essentially what that person was saying is they were saying, I think you're so cowardly, I feel justified in comparing you to the vagina. I think that is very unfair on the vagina. There is nothing cowardly about that thing. That is the bravest thing in the universe. It pushes whole humans out of it. Words aren't used to describe that. Hardy. Rugged. It's the biological equivalent of a Timberland boot. What do we use when we want to talk about bravery? The balls. They got balls. Big balls. I think that's wrong, because I can only speak for my own balls, but they shy away from any sign of danger. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be a dangerous situation. It can just be a slightly cold bath. You're like, oh, I'm ready for this bath. Here I go down to the water's edge. They're having none of it. They're like, before they even get to the meniscus, absolutely not. Climb back inside him. Go, 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 go. Don't forget the bag. Don't forget the bag. Fold it up. Fold up the bag real tight. My balls are pussies.
OK, that leaves us with Ed Byrne. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is parenting.
Don't you think she looks like she wants him to put that kid down? Yeah, my wife and I have adopted a style of parenting known as spoiling the shit out of the little bastard. We are spoiling our kids rotten. A couple of Christmases ago, right, December 2016, just before Christmas, we took our children to Lapland to visit Santa Claus. You know, the guy we made up. Yeah? You know that not real person that we invented to take credit for the shit we buy our children? Well, we got on a plane and flew to another country to visit a fictional character. I can never make fun of people for going to Lourdes ever again. We spent the price of a decent skiing holiday going on... Yes, I did say that. That's how posh we are in our house now. We spent the price of a decent skiing holiday going on a wild goose chase for 2 nights and 3 days to Lapland, run around after all these actors, pretend to be elves, leading us on all these little mini adventures to find clues. I love this. I was so caught up in it. By the end of the second day, I'm turning to my wife going, God, I hope we're going to get to meet Santa Claus. It's like, are you an idiot, are you? We're going to meet Santa Claus. That's happening. It's a dead cert. We paid to meet Santa Claus. Woo! And on the second night, Mrs. Claus came to the hotel room and read the kids a bedtime story. Who knew Mrs. Claus was a Scouser? And then, on the third day, on the way to the airport, we found him. We tracked him down. He was at his workshop. Should have looked there in the first place. Could have saved a fortune. He was a really good Santa Claus. He was like, the beard looked real. He was the right level of fat. He didn't stink of fags. It was great. And I wanted to blow their minds. I wanted to be the most amazing moment of their young lives. So as we're leaving, I go, how cool was that? We got to meet Santa Claus. And the two of them look at me and go, That's not enough. I'm sorry, that's just... I know you don't appreciate how much this all cost, but we've been running around in the snow now for 72 hours and not a feckin' ski was put on. So, I'm going to ask you again, and this time I want to see a bit more wonder in your beautiful little faces. We got to meet Santa Claus, the man himself. How awesome is that? And the two of them are just like, yeah, but we met him last year at Westfield Shopping Centre.
Thank you very much. And the point at dinner and go to Ed. The first subject is travel.
So I was having a wank in Dubai. It wasn't planned. Well, most of them aren't, are they? I just was outside having some lunch and I lowered my cutlery and went, it's time. That's enough vitamin D. Time for some vitamin me. And I went up to my room, right, and I opened up my laptop to watch some of the gay porn. Because I'm gay. I didn't need to clarify that, did I? I don't think there's anybody watching this thinking, oh, he's straight and he watches gay porn. How progressive of him. Well done. So I tried to watch some of the gay porn, right, but I couldn't because the gay porn was blocked because it's illegal to be gay in Dubai, right? Which is weird because there is gay bars in Dubai. Oh, not gay bars, prisons. So since the gay porn was blocked, I had to watch some of the straight stuff. Long-time listener, first-time caller. So I was watching the straight amateur porn, right, and amateur as well, because amateur's better, because when you watch amateur porn, there's a little bit of you that thinks, I can do that. Gives you a good self-esteem boost. Same reason why I watch Scottish football. And so when I was doing my thing over the straight stuff, right, a knock on the door happened, and I thought, I better answer the door, because they might have a key to the room. Right, so I got up quickly, and I put my willy down in between my legs into stealth mode. And I pulled my trousers up, and I started walking towards the door, like that. And I opened up the door, and a guy was just standing there, and he handed me a chocolate bar, and then walked away. I still do not know to this day why he did that. I've never been so confused in my whole life. Because I took the chocolate bar off him and I shut the door and I started walking around the room thinking, oh my God, maybe there's a camera in here. They've seen me watching straight porn and now they're training me like a dog to do it again.
Okay, what we just will add to see your topic is, let's spin the wheel. And the topic is diet.
So, my last job was handing out chocolate bars in a Dubai hotel. I tried to stay healthy. I listened to all the wrong people about health, though. I started reading health blogs, like health bloggers. They're all the same sorts of people. They're sort of posh young women in their early 20s. They say things like, first thing in the morning, to energise yourself, why not have hot water and lemon? Hot water and lemon to energise... There is no way hot water and lemon is energising me in the morning. The only way that would happen would be if I squeezed a lemon in my eye and poured the water on my dick. I do not want your hot water and lemon because I am not a kettle that needs descaling. The other thing they all talk about is something that I like to call the cauliflower conspiracy. I don't know if you've heard about this. This is the idea that if you like to have anything unhealthy, you need to replace that immediately with cauliflower. The worst offender for this is cauliflower pizza. I'll tell you what this is. Right, they say, oh, it's like normal pizza, but you take away the dough base and you replace it with a disc of mashed up cauliflower. So, nothing like normal pizza. I made one, it took me 6 hours. First thing you've got to do is grate the cauliflower. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, the cauliflower is not a shape for grating. It's not a shape, is it? It's just chaos. It's everywhere. It's so fragile, you touch it to metal, it immediately explodes. It's like you're in the middle of Frozen. You end up with this vegetable dandruff, you put it in the microwave, you warm it up, that makes it really wet, you have to get the moisture out of the cauliflower, then you have to pat it down into a rough base shape. Then they say, choose the topping. Whatever you like, you can choose whatever topping you like, and I think we can agree I had lost most of my day up until this point. So I thought, I'm going to claw a victory back right at the last minute, so the topping I chose was a whole Domino's.
Thank you very much. Well done, both of you, with the points there for the ladies. Sit down. The first of it is childhood.
Oh, okay. Well, hello. Anyway, childhood, yes. Now, I think the most stressful thing about being a child is if it's someone's birthday. I do think the social world for 9-year-olds is really quite exhausting. And say it was someone's birthday in your class. Say it was like Ryan's birthday. Ryan would have been bought a pad of pre-printed invitations on which he would have had to write his details. So you'd basically get an invitation which basically read, Ryan is having a birthday party on the 23rd of May! And then what would happen is you'd forget all about Ryan's birthday party until the day of Ryan's birthday party, and then your mum would walk in and go, oh, shit! It's Ryan's birthday party. We ain't bought him nothing. You can't go empty-handed. People will think we're poor. What is Ryan like? And this was a time in history when I'd say something like, oh, I don't know, maybe a Tamagotchi? My mum said, what the hell is a Tamagotchi? I'd say, well, it's just like a keyring. It's a bit of fun. Like, you've got to give it food and water, keep it alive, make sure it doesn't die. And I remember my mum saying, we've been doing that for you for 9 years! And then you'd be driven round to Ryan's house, complaining all the way. Your mum saying, you'll enjoy it when you get there, knowing full well you wouldn't. Right, you'd get there, you'd be allowed to walk up the path on your own. In the background, you'd hear the sound of meow, which was your parents deserting you for the afternoon with these strangers. Right, you'd ring the doorbell. Ryan's mum, Anne, would answer the door. Anne was having a very stressful time because Anne was organising the birthday party and the party bags. And party bags back then were very stressful. I'm sure party bags now are all just iPads and Tara Masalata. But back then, it was a tiny plastic bag and you had to fill it up with felt-tip pens, a box of Smarties, a tube of refreshers, and then a tiny game where you had to get a ball bearing into a hole. Which was enough. And Ryan's mum Anne would say, come into my house. Then you have to go and play games, right? It was always like musical chairs, although what musical they were doing it from, I don't know. It was never Sondheim, was it? It was Agadoo, and then you had to have a birthday tea, which Anne would have organised resentfully. And a birthday tea back then would have consisted of crisps and chocolate together, which is disgusting. And pink wafers. Oh, pink wafers. Oh, they're so delicious, aren't they? They taste of, pink. Oh. What are they made of? Sillet bang? Nobody knows. And then you have party rings. Oh, party rings. Never as much fun as they sound. What is a party ring anyway? It's basically just a dried-up biscuit covered in enamel. And just you're trying to get your teeth through that, suddenly the lights would go out, and I'd always think, oh, my God, are we being raided? But no, then what would happen is suddenly Anne would re-emerge, quite satanically underlit by flames. And she'd walk in going, ha, 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 ha. We don't have to sing Happy Birthday. It's probably the dreariest song in the world. It's supposed to be the happiest day of your year. Then Ryan would have to blow out his candles. So basically just spit all over it. Make a wish, Ryan, maybe for a dry cake. But you'd never get to try it because Anne would whisk it away into the kitchen, chop it up into chunks, shove it in a paper Transformers napkin, put all these chunks in her party bags, hand those out to everybody, then turn to everybody and go, get the hell out of my house!
OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is jobs. There you go.
The first job I ever had was washing dishes in an international radar station, but the dishes were a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be. But that was quite a stir-fry we had. I remember the last words of my grandfather. He said, you selfish boy. And not long after that, I became a fishmonger. Hopefully, I've got a book coming out soon. Shouldn't have eaten it, really. So much for Taylor Swift. She sent back my trousers unmended. Eventually. Horse whisperers. What they do is they go up to horses and they go... And the horses go, OK, fair enough. Beware Chinese horse whisperers. They go up to horses and they go... That horse tells another horse. That horse tells another horse. By the end, the last horse is going...
Again, and points go to Thomas. Come on. Now we play a round called It's Getting Hot in Here, so take out all your jokes. This game involved Tiff and Ramesh, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. The first subject is magazines. Who wants to come in on that?
OK. Tiff. As a woman, most of your life is designed to make you feel a little bit shit. And magazines are responsible for that. You know, magazines like OK, which I look at on the shelves and think, when are they going to stop putting people on the front of that who are quite clearly not OK? Magazines will recommend that you have plastic surgery. That seems to be everywhere. Too much plastic surgery these days. I think that's why they've invented emoticons. Right, they're for women who've had too much plastic surgery, so you can just hold up an iPad and say, I feel happy, I feel sad, I feel like a smiley poo with eyes. But I think the worst thing that magazines do is they perpetuate trends, really bad trends, right? I don't know how you guys feel about vajazzling. But I genuinely believe it is a plot by religious groups to get gay men interested in vaginas. By making them look like disco balls. I told my mum about the vajazzling, right? I said, Mum, they do this thing now where they put Diamante on your downstairs. And my mum just went, vajazzling? In my day, you were lucky if you gave it a wash.
Thank you very much, Jeff. OK, that leaves us with Ramesh. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is parenting.
I'm a parent. You know, we had our first child, and our first child is such a lovely kid. You know, he always says please and thank you. He's such a wonderful, wonderful little boy. I said to my wife, do you know what? I think we might have mastered parenting. I think it's just about setting clear boundaries and being consistent. The second one, feral. Right. Like, I love him, but what a prick this kid is. Like, I love him, but what an unacceptable human being. Like, I love him, but I don't like him. You know, that's... Like, I'm going to have to say to him one day, you're a mistake. And not, like, in the way that the contraception went wrong. Like, the decision to have you was a mistake. Sometimes I want him to get hurt. There you go, I said it. Now, listen. I don't mean really hurt. I don't mean really hurt, I just mean a little bit. You know, because he doesn't listen, this kid. When I say to him, don't do that, dude, because if you do that, you're going to get hurt. And then he does it, and he doesn't get hurt. That pisses me off, right? Because that is life telling him that I'm full of shit. This kid's running with scissors with no consequences, do you know what I mean?
Very good. Again, the points go to Tiverton. Come on back. On the board are 6 categories. Stephen, which category would you like?
The economy.
OK, the economy it is. The answer is £100 a day. What is the question?
Can I just say I'm very excited to be here, by the way, and if things don't go too well, I will be playing the race card.
I'll be honest, it's always worked for me.
Is it perhaps? How much Iceland food does the Katona family go through?
Is it what does Jade Goody spend on magic beans?
Is it how much more was Joseph Fritzl spending on groceries than seemed normal for a family of his size?
I know we're spoiling that dog, Joseph, but nappies and flip-flops.
Is it how much does Max Mosley spend on plasters? Did you read about that? that spanked for 5 hours. It'd be horrific. I hate it when I stub my toe.
Yeah, but you don't stub your toe with your arse.
Is it how much could you earn if you answered this ad? Work from home, must be gullible, no skills required.
Is it? How much is Brooklyn Beckham's pocket money?
Is it how much would I pay somebody to dress up as a lion, go to IKEA and hide in a cupboard?
Is it what do I pay my cleaner not to go to the police?
Is it David Blunkett's swear box as he hangs pictures?
OK, so I get he'd missed the nail because he's blind. Why is he hanging pictures? He's blind.
It is something genuine to do with houses, isn't it?
It is something to do with houses, yes.
What's the average house price going down by?
That is exactly right. Well done, Frankie Boy. There you go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear at a school assembly.
OK, today we're going to have a special outing. So, Miss Williams, if you'd like to tell everybody why you're a lesbian.
We welcome a new member of staff today. He has no arms and no legs and no body, and we will call him the Head.
Would whoever's milkshake is bringing all the boys to the yard, please stop it?
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, boys and girls. I've just had a shit the size of a baby seal.
If you are found in possession of cocaine, you will be given 100 lines. No, wait.
And today in the after-school club, we're going to be using paper mache to make a mother that actually loves you enough to pick you up at 3 o'clock.
I'm delighted to say that during the summer holidays, Mr. Wang married Miss Kerr. His nickname will remain the same.
A wise man once said, boys and girls, that if you try your hardest, you can fulfill your dreams. Generally, that's true. Not for you, though, Tom. You can't read. So...
And today, everyone, we have a new boy. Now, for some reason, whatever reason, he's been to a lot of schools, so be kind to him. Will you please make your way to the front? Richard Pooh Willie.
A word about registers. Most of the staff are on one.
So that is how you put on a condom. But, sir, shouldn't you have used a cucumber? Not with that E. coli kicking around.
Sorry I'm late. I just had a bit of a run-in with an interactive whiteboard. It told me to fuck off.
I've had all your mums.
The next topic is unlikely things to hear on a TV talent show.
Tonight, I'm going to be climbing a step ladder.
You're right. I can't sing. Thanks.
I'd like to dedicate this song to a friend of mine who was run over last week and is in hospital. The wheels of the bus go round and round, round and round.
I've got an ability that no one on this planet has. That's Ant, that's Dec.
It was like Elvis was in the building. You're fat and there's a stench of death.
Well, Peter, it's not what everyone would call entertainment, but you are one hell of an assassin.
I thought you hit the high notes really, really well. Be interesting to see if you can still do that when I haven't got your nuts in a clamp.
Hello. Where's my double act partner? Oh, he's in here. Feeling nothing more than feeling. Trying to fall.
When you said you were going to ride a donkey?
Yes, I have been on the show before. I was once trapped in somebody else's underpants, going, feeling.
That was an exceptional performance, and the way that you have overcome your blindness is truly inspirational. But this is a chip shop, the X Factor audition.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think you're all terrible, OK? All of you, you're completely dreadful. I don't know what you're doing. Especially you, Hasselhoff. What have you done since Baywatch?
And as well as that, I can unzip the top of my head. It's where I keep my pyjamas.
I know you said you were a Gary Glitter tribute act, but we weren't expecting you to do that.
And the first topic is health. Who wants to come out? Nish.
I had a bit of a health emergency last year. I was doing the washing up and I cut my hand. I was washing up and I pushed my hand into a glass. The glass shattered and it slashed my hand here and I had to go to hospital. And let me tell you this, the NHS staff are incredible. They were really nice to me. They were really sweet. One of them called me a brave boy. Which is good because I was being one, so I don't know what you're laughing at, OK? I'm the one with the badge. Anyway, before I did that, I did something which I probably regret doing. I called NHS 111. Now, if you don't know what this service is, it's a service the government has brought in to replace NHS Direct. So if you have a non-life-threatening emergency, you're supposed to dial 111 on your phones. Now, I'm sure that these people are very nice, but based on my experience, they have proportionately less skill than their numerical value compared to 999, because it was the blind leading the blind. At one point, she said, "How is the blood?" And I said, "Red," because I had no idea. Then she said, "Is there a lot of blood?" I said, "Yes," because there was a lot of blood. And she said, "Is there enough to fill a mug?" I've got no idea. I don't wish to brag. I have a lot of different mug sizes in my house. Also, while this was happening, I was just panicking. I wasn't decanting the blood in that it could be poured back into my body at a later date. Then she said, "Is the blood flowing or oozing?" I said, "I have no idea what the difference is between those two things is." And she said, "Oh, there's a difference." And I was like, "I'm not getting into a semantic debate with you while blood is gushing out of my hand." And she just went, "Gushing, thank you very much."
Well done, Nish, come on. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with. And the topic is transport.
When I was at school, my bike was smashed up. It was my own fault, really. I just handed out leaflets saying, "Bullying, let's break the cycle." "We've been over this again and again and again," said my driving instructor, pointing to the badger. Apparently, there is actually a road in the north of England called Quality Street. And there's only one person living in it, and he's both Turkish and delightful. Tricky, isn't it, if you're both a moth and a sea captain? In charge of a ship. But up ahead, you see a lighthouse. You know you shouldn't. Toilets in trains are rubbish, aren't they? Especially the one right at the front, and the bloke in there gets so cross.
And the points go to Nish. Come on, Mark. First up is language. Who wants to come in with that? Chris.
Language, apparently, was developed by humans to help them during hunting. That's what people will tell you. I don't buy that. I think language is more likely to have developed spontaneously, probably between a cave couple who were just furious with each other, incandescent with rage, but completely incapable of expressing their emotion, just standing opposite each other in the cave mouth, going until something had to give. And one of them finally snapped and went, "You prick!" And they all went, "Oh, it's all coming out now, isn't it? Never clean this cave up. This place is a tip." "Well, why didn't you say something before?" "Well, I couldn't, could I?" "You're a pig, you are. My mother warned me about you." "Oh, really? How?" The Bantu languages of the southern African peoples, they speak with a system of clicks and tuts, this kind of using their throat and their tongue, and they're constantly surrounded by horses they've no need of. It's a nightmare for them. Bantu for go away horse is they're screwed, really, isn't it?
Thank you very much, Chris. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is home life. Who wants to go with that? Sarah.
My home life involves no children. I don't really like children. And if you ask, most of my female friends don't have kids. If you ask any woman who doesn't have kids what would worry them about having kids, the answer would always be childbirth. So from what I understand of childbirth, it changes you downstairs, doesn't it? It changes you downstairs. I quite like my downstairs the way it is, thanks very much. Certainly don't want an extension. But it's bound to change, though, isn't it? Because you're forcing a person out. That's what you're doing. You're forcing a person out. I've never forced a person out. I forced a couple in. But I was in a shop recently, and this little boy came running over to me, put his hand in mine and shouted, "Mammy!" And I thought, oh, sometimes forget me keys, but I think I'd remember that. And then his dad came over, and I thought, I wonder if this is the best chat-up line ever. And his dad's going to go, "No, no, that's not your mammy. Remember, your mammy left us because my willy's too big."
I would like home news, please, Dara.
Home news it is. The answer is 1 year. What is the question?
What would be an appropriate prison sentence for people who use the phrase hollybobs?
Not the answer, but I'll take it.
Is it how long the BBC have left now they've lost Bake Off?
And the clock is already ticking. Yeah.
Is it in a Wetherspoon's kitchen? What is the chef's equivalent of the 5-second rule?
Is it Southern Rail's estimate for a London to Brighton journey?
Do people kiss goodbye to their children at a Southern Rail station and go, "You look after your mum"?
Is it, how long does it take to earn £100 if you work at Sports Direct?
How long does it take a YouTube clip to buffer at my parents' house?
Is it... How long would Charles Manson have gotten in prison if he'd been a promising swimmer?
Yeah.
Bit of politics there.
How long does Jeremy Hunt want junior doctors to work per week?
OK, so under Theresa May's education reforms, how much of a carefree childhood will children now be allowed?
Is it how long would it take to rewatch all of Dara's TV appearances from the last month?
Very good. Thank you very much.
If I make a joke about ISIS in the queue, how long will it take me to get through airport security?
OK, is that the correct answer?
I think. How long has Jeremy Corbyn been leader of the Labour Party?
It is indeed. Thank you very much, you there. Well done.
Science, please.
Science, yes. Whoop! Science! One up our team. Your category is science. The answer is 7 months. What is the question?
Is it how old Princess Charlotte will be when the Daily Mail start commenting on her weight?
Is it how long does my nephew think I've been playing hide and seek with him?
Is it how long until Sepp Blatter gets bummed in prison?
Is it how old was Jack Whitehall when he first appeared on this programme?
Is it if I get a 30-second advert before a YouTube video, how long does that feel?
You can't always skip. You can't always skip. Some of them you have to prove you're over 18 as well. It's a nightmare.
Is it if I was in charge, what would be the prison sentence for saying chillax?
Is it how long does it take to get to Glasgow on a megabus?
Yes, a megabus. I am the accepted
As if
face.
you've ever gone on a megabus.
I'm on every megabus, Pet.
Is it how long it takes Dara to start a sentence?
What are you going, Britain's Got Talent now? Is that what you're doing?
Dad, you really haven't got over that Britain's Got Talent thing.
Let
You
it go.
brought it up
Just
out of
let go.
nowhere 2 weeks in a row,
I
Dara.
would continue to until I hunt that man down and kill him. It wasn't the fact that he did it. It was the fact that it was a snippet that they chose in all the acts. They said, oh, they'd like 1 second from each act. And his was just him going, and the number underneath. 089888999.
I know, but...
There's more to me than that.
Is there?
No. Seemingly not.
Is it to avoid suspicion? How long is Mo Farah planning to run his next 10,000 metres in?
OK, can we move to the correct answer, please?
Is it how long it took for me to get over seeing my dad in the bath?
That's very quick, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
It took me 4 years.
Really? What's he
Yeah.
doing looking at my dad?
Surely more the question is, what was your dad doing in his bath?
Friday night's Friday night.
It's to do with that thing on the comet.
That thing... That's your
Points to our
correct
team.
answer. It's to do with that thing
Is a
on the
thing
comment.
that-
I can't believe
From a
that this is the right
space
answer.
station. Oh, my God. Go on.
It's basically, how long was the space probe that landed on the comet asleep for?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much. Andy Parsa. Likely things to hear on a history documentary.
The Russians had Lemsip. The Americans had night nurse. This was the Cold War.
And it was in this humble forests that the War of the Roses began.
Guy Fawkes' bid to blow up the Houses of Parliament failed when he realised his body was made of jumpers and his head was an old football.
Tonight on Bruce Forsyth's History of Britain, Boadicea, Decea Bode!
Horatio Nelson, one arm, one eye. A tragic example of what can happen if you fall asleep and someone finds your organ donor card.
Welcome to Biggest Historical Boobs with me, Katie Price.
Tonight, I intend to find out exactly what did happen to Hitler's other ball. And my search begins right here in the Albert Hall.
And on Time Team tonight we're in Stratford on Avon, where we've uncovered loads of monkey skeletons and some typewriters.
When Hitler started writing Mein Kampf, he intended it to be a light-hearted romp called Carry On Kampfing.
John F. Kennedy, Indira Gandhi, John Lennon. If history teaches us anything, it's that if you don't want your child assassinated, don't name them after an airport.
To be honest, I'm not interested in all this old nonsense, really, but since the end of Blackadder, the work's been fairly hard to come by.
It's hard to believe that this crumbling old ruin presented Weakest Link for as long as she did.
Of course, the Bronze Age was the third best age in history.
And now the documentary that every Channel 5 commissioner has dreamt of. Did Hitler sink the Titanic?
We've been digging in this field in Hampshire for 3 weeks, and we've found this one piece of crockery, which tells us we desperately need to get laid.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear over a tannoy.
We apologise to customers who have recently alighted at Northampton. I opened the wrong doors.
Could all all the people shopping here at Asda, please accept that you are piss poor.
Clean up required in the magazine aisle between loaded and nuts.
Would the parents of the lost child please pick him up from the meeting point? Madonna is trying to buy him.
I'd like to remind customers that our special offer this week is 100% off German bean sprouts.
If you would like to upgrade to first class, then you should have worked harder at school and got a better job.
Could the small boy holding the owl stop running at the wall between platforms 9 and 10?
Would the man on pump number 4 please remove the nozzle from the backside of the man on pump number 6?
Could the owner of the Ford Fiesta 1100 in the car park with the tinted windows and the go faster stripes sort your life out, mate, will you?
I can't remember what the code is. Would Mr. Fire please report to the kitchen? That's Mr. Out of Control Fire. Please report to the kitchen before it's too late. I don't want to start a panic.
The train now approaching platforms 3, 4 and 5 is the derailed train from Swansea.
Would the owners of a black Jaguar please move it as it's attacking the customers?
This is your captain speaking. You can now turn on your mobile phones as you'll need to text your loved ones goodbye as they plummet into the sea.
Interviews. Who wants to come in that?
OK.
Matt.
Go for that. It's fascinating watching different politicians and how they deal with interviews. Ed Miliband, when he gets asked a question he doesn't like, will just have this amazing technique where he'll just ask himself a new question and answer that instead. And it really works. He got asked before the election by Nick Robinson. Mr Miliband, you've said you'll set a new mansion tax if you become Prime Minister, but you won't yet tell us at what rate you would set it. And Miliband just went, look, Nick, if you're asking me, have I got a plan for the housing market, then the answer's yes. It's amazing. Farage is one of the best ones at it, because no matter what you ask him, he'll get a political answer in somewhere. You could say, Nigel, what you had for breakfast, mate? And he'd go, tea, toast and the Telegraph, great British breakfast. He always manages to get his messages across. Boris Johnson is fascinating because he just loves avoiding questions, and he uses a twin-track approach of flattery and Latin. And this genuinely works. If he was here now, you could say, Boris, come on, just admit it. You want to be Prime Minister? And he'd go, oh, no, let me just say, great to be here amongst such great learned people on this crucible of culture. Reminds me very much of a phrase my father used to use, divitas, divitum, rectum.
Well done, Matt. Very good. OK, so James is left. Let's see what he's been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is Britain.
I wish I was Mexican. Love everything about... I love Mexican food. My favourite place to eat is a Mexican restaurant called Oaxaca. All you need to know about Oaxaca, everyone steals their spoons. So much so that every January, Oaxaca have a spoon amnesty on. You bring back one of the stolen spoons, and then they reward you with 3 tacos. Genius. Not only do they get their spoons back, they also get to watch while the thieves eat tacos, which I imagine have been interfered with beyond belief. Love Mexican food, love Mexican music. Mariachi music, best music in the world. Top 3 mariachi songs. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3, nothing, 'cause there are no other mariachi songs. Ever been to a mariachi nightclub? It's full of people just going up to the DJ like, hey man, have you got da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Yeah, I'll play it next. How about da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Open your ears, I'm playing it right now. You can request that song during the next one. Growing up in school, I was the only kid in my whole school who liked mariachi music. It was a nightmare. I couldn't walk down the corridor without some knob knocking